Hi, my name is Lyric, and today we are going to be continuing with the Beatles reactions. So, we have done the poll. What I do is every 3 albums I react to from a certain artist, we're gonna do a poll to see if I should react to a different album or should I just continue with the discography. I know the Beatles y'all want me to continue with, so we are on to Beatles for Sale. Now this is their 4th album. First off, we have to do a cover art review. So far, how I'd rank the 3 Beatles albums, I put With the Beatles last, then Please Please Me second, and I'd put A Hard Day's Night as the best album so far. They look a bit sad in this album cover. If we look at the description here, Beatles for Sale released in December 1964. Hard Day's Night was also released in 1964, so they're releasing 2 albums every year. They released 2 in 1963 and now 2 in 1964. Is the band's 4th British studio album. The title is one of Ringo's lines. Shout out Ringo, having some say. Bemoaning all the demands and pressures now being made upon the group following Beatle mania. The 4 all felt the same way, that they were just goods getting shipped around the world and offered for sale because it was such a rush job. They were unable to put together the original compositions put together in time to fill the album. They managed only 8, then threw in 6 written by other people to complete the track list. So in one sense, they were going backwards rather than forwards, as their last album, A Hard Day's Night, had all been there. So I believe this is their last album that has cover songs on it. Right there. So nevertheless, the album, particularly the Lennon Pen tracks, signals a turning point in the band's evolution from conveniently packaged boy-girl love ditties to more reflective, personal, and literary themes. Paul's All Follow the Sun and Every Little Thing are also a representation of a more personal offering. Of Follow the Sun is in particular characterized from McCartney's typical upbeat, positive, perhaps selfish outlook that often contrasts with John's tendency in such a situation of casting himself as the victim. 8 days a week and rock and roll music bring the band's rock and roll roots back into focus with catchy hooks and steady rhythms. Alright, so we're going to get some different writing on this and the tracks that they wrote. And yeah, we'll see if this is more of a step forward. They say maybe it's a little bit of a step back. They weren't really a rush to make this album, as it was said, they were like being penned around the world, you know. Beatles for Sale, which is, yeah, makes sense with the album title. So I'm gonna, this is gonna be a bit of a sadder album or something. So yeah, let's get into it. So track number 1 is called No Reply. This one is lead vocals from Lennon, and because it was, I assume it was written by Lennon as well. Yes. I'm assuming the person who does the vocals at this point, most times the guy who wrote the song, unless it's the cover. So, yeah, lead vocals from Lennon on track number 1, No Reply. Let's get into it.
This happened once before, when I came to your door. No,
Oh,
I saw the light.
I like the sound right
I
here.
know that you saw me as I looked up.
I give very deep musical criticisms. Oh, I like the I like the sangs.
To see
I like the sounds. It's fucking music.
your face. I tried to telephone, 'cause you walked hand in hand.
I like Lennon singing here.
In my place.
Normally I like Paul's singing, like actual like singing like this, you know. More, but Lennon's doing, I like Lennon's on this one.
If I were you, I'd realize
Like the hand claps.
love you more.
Okay. So that song, let's see if we have any annotations or anything here. Yeah. So I like this one. It's a bit, yeah. They're like changing. They do love songs, but they're like changing up the like parts of it. You know, like they haven't done just the same. I love you. I love you. You know, there's some negative love songs like this. Yeah, I like this. Yeah, this definitely felt like a more personal and not just not as a generic Beatles song, you know. Yeah, it felt like a bit more like it came from somewhere. We know. Yeah, it was a bit more of a, I mean, not, I don't know if say sadder tune, but you know, less, like, you know, you mean, like darker undertones, you know. I don't know if I can say that, I don't know. I'm really good at criticism, guys. Okay, so now we're on to track number 2, which is called I'm a Loser. This one is lead vocals from Lennon. So let's go. I'm a loser.
I'm a loser.
Written by Lennon as well.
I'm a loser, and I'm not what I appear to be.
I like
Of
this.
all the love I have won or have lost, they're not what I appear to be. Of all
So this song, it says in this annotation right here, it was written in 1964 during John's Fat Elvis period, where he became heavily depressed. He explained during a 1980 interview, when Help came out, I was actually crying out for help. Most people think it was a fast rock and roll song. I didn't realize it at the time. I had just wrote the song because I was commissioned to write it for the movie, but later I knew I was really crying out for help. So it was my Fat Elvis period. When asked about the song, John said, "Parts of me suspects that I'm a loser, and the other parts of me thinks I'm a god almighty." That seems like a London thing to say, 100%. From what I know about the guy so far. Alright. Yeah, this seems, we're already starting off a lot more, yeah, a lot more darker themes, this song seems very, self-deprecating here from the 2 Lennon tracks so far.
and I'm not what I appear to be.
I like that guitar right there. The stopping and the guitar with the vocals.
Of all the love I have won or have lost, or hair on myself that I cried.
I like that line. Is it for her or myself that I cry? That's the one what they didn't annotate that letter. I think that's the most introspective one in that verse. Yeah, this is the writing has gotten a lot better already. This is a really, yeah, I don't know. Maybe I just think darker lyrics and I associate that with being better written, but I don't know.
I'm a loser, and I lost someone who means to me.
Monica coming back. I really like that song. That was a lot more of a mature track, you know. Yeah, a lot more, yeah, like, yeah, because this seems like we're a lot more sadder period right now. The first two albums were really upbeat, even A Hard Day's Night. I mean, it had some, elements, but like, this album is really a lot more downbeat, which is actually a good thing because we have three albums that have been really upbeat albums. So I'm liking the change in tone here. Yeah, I really like that song. I thought it was really well made. And yeah, pretty vulnerable track there as well. So now we're on to track number 3, which is Babies in Black. This one is vocals from Lennon and McCartney and written by Lennon McCartney, alright? So signaled the beginning of the serious era for the Beatles. Yeah, I've seen that from the first two tracks here. So let's see if this one continues the theme. Alright, I was a bit confused about the lyrics for a second, but I'm pretty sure, this is a song about death. Wow. Yeah, we've really stepped up the lyrics here. And darker tones here. More serious topics.
What can I do? I think of her. I'm feeling blue. Tell me, oh, what can...
Alright, the song's a bit confusing me with the lyrics here for a second. Author of the Beatles only authorized autobiography suggests that John's lyrics may have been inspired by the thoughts of Astrid, the beautiful, artsy, and clever, talented girl the band met in Hamburg and who they all loved, and her reaction to the sudden death of her fiancé and former member of the band Stuart Sutcliffe. Wow. Yeah, so I was right. Wow.
Can I do?
Okay, hold up. I gotta re-listen to the track with that in mind now. Hold up. I feel like I wasn't fully understanding the track for most of it.
What can I do? Baby's in black and I'm feeling blue.
Alright, yeah, that was a darker song. The songwriting has really taken a leap here. They didn't, 'cause I know there's covers on this album, but the ones that All of them have been original so far, and they're all great. Cause used to the other two albums, on the other two albums, they had original songs and cover songs, but the cover songs I think were better than they had all originals, and this one, they've all been originals so far, and they've all been fantastic. And like the way they're written, they're really stepping up the writing here. I mean, yeah, this is a lot more of a serious song. Yeah, from what I've described from what it's saying here and from taken from the lyrics, this is about, talking about, right here, and her reaction to the sudden death of her fiance and former member of the Beatles, Stuart Sutcliffe. Wow, it's really dark. Talking about, she thinks of him just as in black, never come, and he'll never come back. Wow. Yeah, we've had three, I've really liked this album so far though. We've had three more serious tracks so far. I think it's it's been a really nice switch of pace from the first three albums so far. Wow. Alright, so now we're on to track number 4, which is rock and roll music. This one's a Chuck Berry cover with the lead vocals from Lennon. Alright, let's go.
Just let me hear some of that rock and roll music.
A little bit of a change of tone.
Any old way you choose it. It's got a backbeat, you can't lose it. That's why I go for that rock and roll music.
We've really switched the tone here. We'll have a beat. This is the John vocals we got on like the last tracks of at least the first two albums, on Twist and Shout and Money. Alright, that was a big tonal shift. We have three more downer tracks, and then we have a really upbeat cover song right there. Alright. I mean, not much to say about that one. It's just a big, I like the switch. It's a big tone shift. Right there. So now we're on to track number 5, which is I'll Follow the Sun. This one is lead vocals from McCartney And I'm assuming written by McCartney. Yes. Okay. So, let's go. Wallace acoustic ballad. Okay. Alright, so this is only a minute 48. So let's see what's gonna happen here.
One day
Wow, that was a really beautiful track. I like these more slower Paul McCartney songs that he does. And once again, it's a big tone shift. We had 3 downer tracks and a really upbeat Lennon song. And then we went to a more downbeat, but not really that sad of a McCartney song. The first 4 tracks were pretty much all Lennon doing everything. And then we have McCartney coming in here. It says right here that he wrote this song when he was 16 years old, which would have been 1958 or 59. Yeah, which is weird because I like the writing on it. I really like the writing on it. The chorus, yeah, I like the chorus. I like the writing on, simulation. When for tomorrow may it rain, so I'll follow the sun. Huh. That's a really interesting track there. Alright, this has been a lot more interesting tracks. Doing a lot more experimentation on this album. I'm really liking it actually so far. I'm gonna be real with you. I saw like reviews of this and I saw like people were saying this is like the worst Beatles album, so I wasn't as hyped for this. But I'm really enjoying this so far. This is like so far my favorite Beatles album. Not gonna lie to you, at least so far. We'll see how everything else goes. But we're on to track number 6, which is Mr. Moonlight, which is a cover originally written by Roy Lee Johnson with lead vocals from Lennon.
Mr.
Whoa!
Moonlight.
Starting off with the a really big shift. We're having some really big tonal shifts. We had 3 straight sad songs, and then we go really upbeat, then a lot more slower, and then it's starting off the track just screaming, Mr. Moonlight.
One summer night. And from your beam you made my dream
like that Lennon's voice is so much more powerful than all the instruments currently in the song right now. It's really putting emphasize everything.
And from the world
Emphasis.
you sent my girl. I pray and pray more each day.
Lennon's voice is really like the main thing in this song.
We love you, Mr. Moonlight. Mr. Moonlight.
Alright, I really like I really like Lennon, how his voice was the main thing on that track. I don't have much else to say about it. Yeah, I don't have much to say about this track. Probably the least favorite track so far, because I haven't had everyone else have had some, insight on it. I don't know much to say about this one, other than Lennon's vocal being really standoffish in this one. Alright, so now we are on to track number 7, which is the end of side 1, which is called Kansas City / Hey 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 Hey. This is a cover original by Jerry Leiber, Mike Stroller, and Richard Penniman. Alright. Ooh. Alright. Again, a little more upbeat as we keep going.
Gonna get my baby back home. Yeah, yeah. I'm going to Kansas City. Gonna get my baby back home. Yeah, yeah. Well, it's a long
Vocals from...
time.
Forgot to say this. Vocals from McCartney.
My baby's been gone.
His vocals are a lot different on this one.
Kansas City. Gonna get my baby one time.
I've never heard Paul do these type of vocals before. It's like he's like doing a weird voice. I don't know if I like it or not. Ooh, I like the stops. Oh, the stop there. I like the when he says, I like that part right there. That was really good. Okay, I'm gonna like this song more as it goes on. With the hand claps. Alright, that was a different type of track to end off side one there. I've never heard Paul McCartney do vocals like that. Normally they have Lennon doing this type of vocals, but I really like this I really like that song. I grew on me as it kept going. I like I like the part, I like the hey chorus when there's a stop and then there, and I like the ending of the bye byes. I really like that actually. That song really grew on me as I kept going. Okay. So yeah, we're getting more on tempo as the album's going, because we started, and yeah, we're definitely getting more on tempo, especially with these last two tracks as the album's going. So now we're going into side 2, which is track number 8, which is 8 days a week, ironically. Lead vocals by Lennon with McCartney, and this was written by McCartney and Lennon, but based on McCartney's original idea. So let's go. 8 days a week. Those songs normally start like this. Oh, okay. No, how they start. That's a nice experimentation there. They really thought they really like singing about people holding them, don't they? Hold me, love me. I ain't got nothing but love. Alright, so that one was a lot more of a pop track. Like that's that was much more reminiscent of the first 3 albums. You know, Which is, cause the rest of these, apart from maybe Mr. Moonlight, have had something different about them. This one was, just really more of a more catchy one. Like a radio hit, I liked it though. It was a good track, nothing to like hate about it. It's just other than it, you know, I feel like it didn't have anything that different about it, or really, compared to the other ones. So now we're on to track number 9, which is Words of Love. This is a cover originally written by Buddy Holly, lead vocals by Lennon with and McCartney with Harrison. Let's go, George. And oh yeah, it's written by Buddy Holly. All right, let's go. Words of Love.
Tell me love is real.
They're doing something with their vocals here, like the harmonies. Something about it.
Words of love you.
I don't think they've not done something like that with their harmonies before. That was, I don't know how to feel about that. Okay, I feel like there was a bit of I don't know. I haven't heard the original version, so I don't know if that's like that on the original version, but there was a little bit of experimentation with the harmonies there. I've never heard them do like, I don't know how to describe what they were doing there, but it was like, it's like super harmonized, like, so I feel so dumb. I can't think of what to call it, what they were doing there. I don't know. But yeah, I feel like as the album's progressing, the songwriting is not getting good. There's being more covers here because I feel like the songwriting was really good on like the first 5 tracks, right? There was one cover, but like overall, like around the first 5 tracks, the songwriting was really good. I feel like they spent a lot of time on those, but the label was like, "Hey, bro, you gotta release 2 albums a year," and they're like, "Oh, fuck." So, and that's why they tell, so the rest of the album, I don't think it's been as well written. Side 2 has not been as well written, nearly as, side 1 yet, but we're only 2 tracks into side 2, so now we're on to, track number 10. which is Honey Don't, which is a cover originally written by Carl Perkins. And let's go, boys, we got the Ringo vocals. Let's go, boys. I am hyped for the Ringo vocal track. Let's go. Honey Don't. Ooh, interesting guitar here.
Well, how come you say you will when you... Well, honey, don't. Well, honey, don't.
Ringo's vocals are not bad.
Honey, don't.
They should allow him to do more things.
Honey, don't. Sweet, you got that sand all over your feet, but
This is a charming track.
well, honey, don't. Honey, don't. Honey, don't. Oh, rock on, George, one time for me.
Rock on, George. I like that. Rock on, George. One time for me. I like that. We got a guitar solo in here. Cool. A nice little charming track.
Honey, don't. Oh, rock on, George, for Ringo one time.
Rock on, George Ringo one time. I like his ad-libs. I really like his ad-libs. No one else does the ad-libs like that. Oh! That's funny.
Well, honey, don't.
Alright, so that was Honey Don't. They never give Ringo the most complicated of tracks, you know. But, I mean, that was a nice little charming song. I liked Ringo's ad-libs telling George to go on to do his guitar, so I like that. I thought it was pretty charming. Yeah, not much to say. Songs are definitely getting simpler as we're going on side 2 so far. So now we're on to track number 11, which is Every Little Thing. They're back to getting the original tracks. This one is lead vocals by Lennon with McCartney, and it was written by Paul McCartney. Alright, let's go. Every Little Thing. This is a shorter track. It's a little over 2 minutes.
When I'm walking happily,
This is please mute track.
Yes, I know that you love
Sounds like
me
that.
now.
Or Meet the Beatles, or with the Beatles, whatever it's called.
I will love her forever.
Guitar solo.
Every little thing.
Alright, I feel like we've seen, I've not really liked side 2 all that much. Side 1 I really liked, but side 2, I mean, I feel like we've gone a lot more basic with all 4 of the tracks so far. I feel like this is going a bit downhill on this album. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know about side 2, Chief. Side 1 was really good. Side 2 is really... I don't know. So now we're on a track number... I don't have much to say about that one. Track number 12, which is I Don't Wanna Spoil the Party, which is lead vocals by Lennon with McCartney, and it was written by Lennon. So let's go track number 12, I Don't Wanna Spoil the Party.
She's made me sad. I do.
There's another more of a downbeat, not in terms of the actual beat, but in terms of the lyrics once again. Going back to the beginning of the album with another Lennon track.
If I find her, I'll be glad. I still love.
Alright, that was a pretty good song. I feel like it went back to the roots of like what we were doing in the first 3 tracks here. That and 8 Days a Week have been my favorite songs off of side 2 so far. Yeah, those were, yeah, okay. So, we're on the penultimate track, which is track number 13, What You're Doing. Lead vocals from McCartney, written by McCartney. So, let's go, What You're Doing.
There's no fun in it. Why should it be so much?
I like the
Ask of you.
delivery on this one.
What you doing?
Like, what you doing? I like that.
I've been waiting here for you. For me.
There's a lot more instrumental breaks in this album than the last one.
To me.
I like this one. It's a bit more of a simpler track like the other ones on side 2 so far, but I don't know, I just like the delivery. I think it was a lot more catchy and yeah, I don't know why I like that one a lot more than a lot of the other ones outside of one, despite, same not being as, complicated, but I don't know, I just like the melody and everything that was going on with, like, the vocal delivery and stuff. I like, McCartney, how he was singing it. What he said, how he was singing the chorus. I don't know. It was a nice, catchy track. I feel no pretty inoffensive track right there. So we're on to the final track on Beatles for Sale, track number 14, which is Everybody's Trying to Be My Baby, which is a cover originally written by Carl Perkins, and we get vocals from the man, the myth, the legend, George. I'm excited for this to be the last track, for George to be doing the last track, because if you know anything about me and the Beatles, you know that I'm a big George fan. He's the best Beatle, okay? Probably not the best, but, he's really underrated, man. He's really good. Okay. Yeah, so let's see what's going on. Everybody's trying to be my baby. Let's see how they end this album. I've not really liked side 2 nearly as much as side 1, but let's see how they end this. Come on, George. You can. I believe you can end this off good.
Well, they took some honey from a tree, dressed in 4:30, women knocking on my door.
Probably true at this point with the Beatles' popularity, Bill Denny and stuff.
Everybody's trying to be my baby. Everybody's trying to be my baby now.
Alright, so that is and everyone's trying to maybe. I don't feel like that was that great of an ending. I mean, it was a decent track. But I don't think. Yeah, it wasn't that great of an ending track, to be honest. Alright, so that was Beatles for Sale. I'm a bit disappointed by this album. Because I feel like with the title and what it meant and everything, and how we were going with the first few tracks, I expected this to be a lot more, in depth lyrically and stuff, because they were really doing well, going more in depth lyrically in the first few tracks. But I feel like because of the time crunch, probably because of the label forcing them to release 2 albums per year, they really did not have the time to have a whole album, at least at this point, that was all the deep themes they were deeper themes that they were exploring in the first few tracks. Like, I'm a Loser, I think, was my favorite track on this album. I really liked it. I mean, side 2 is mainly filled with, songs that they're from the first 2 albums, which I mean, there's a little bit of burnout from that because we've had 2 whole albums, well, basically 3 whole albums. There wasn't that many. I mean, Hard Day's Night had some different types of love songs, but yeah, it really felt like this was more compilations of like stuff that would have been on the first 2 albums. On the side 2 here, I mean, 8 Days a Week was pretty good. Yeah, but like pretty much all the other tracks that I really liked were on side 1. I liked I'm a Loser, uh, Hey Hey, I'll Follow the Sun. I feel like most of the really good tracks on this were in side 1, and side 2 really kind of fell off a little bit, in my opinion. Don't, please do not, castrate me for, not, being a little bit critical of the Beatles album. But, yeah, I would probably rank this. I'd have to listen to it again to see. It's either. I'd probably rank Please Please Me above it. It's pretty close to With the Beatles. I'd probably rank it above With the Beatles though, because actually I don't know. I'm really looking at some of these tracks and I'm thinking, because I think it gives the highs are high than With the Beatles, but the lowers, I really don't know. I think I would probably rank this as the worst Beatles album so far. Yeah. I mean, it wasn't a bad album because there wasn't any tracks that I listened to on this thing that I was like, okay, I actively dislike this song, right? But I don't think there was anything complicated enough, and I don't think I'm well. I say complicated enough, but like my main thing is they had such potential with the first few tracks here, and then they kind of fell off with it. And because we're 4 albums in, I'm listening to a chronological order, I'm a bit burnt out of the typical love songs they were doing in the first 2 albums. I'd probably rank this as my least favorite Beatles album so far. Maybe I put it a bit higher with more listens. I'll tell you that if my opinion changes in the next Beatles reaction. But yeah, my current ranking of Beatles albums: number 1, Hard Day's Night; 2, Please Please Me; 3, With the Beatles; and 4, Beatles for Sale. So yeah, thank you for watching this, and if you want to see the next album, which I believe is Help, we'll do that. And until then, goodbye.